You gonna say hello, everyone?
No, you said.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oxygen, our first thoughts. Very delayed. This is Whose Opinion 34. I'm here with Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hey, Bean Boy.
This isn't really our first thoughts because we've seen it. Well, I know I've seen it more than once now. But yeah. What did you think of Oxygen, Jack?
I thought it was a really good episode. I was kind of, I don't know, like, since you said that everything in this series is going to be like sort of an accident kind of thing, I thought, oh, this is going to be crap. But I was actually surprised by how good it was. I think Jamie Matheson, didn't he write this? Yeah, I think he did.
He's
Yeah,
previously written Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, and The Girl Who Died.
yeah, he's a really good writer. And I think this is probably one of his best scripts. I just think, for me, it kind of reminded me of Smile, and I was just kind of taken aback by it. Like I was like, this is actually really good. And I thought it was really scary. Like the suits, like the beginning, I thought was awesome. I thought this is one of the best looking Doctor Who episodes. I think maybe
I
of
was,
the
sorry,
sorry.
no, I was going to say, for me, the main thing about this is how cinematic it felt. Like,
Yeah,
like there wasn't even one shot where it's a bit dodgy. Normally, you get a shot and you're like, oh, you can tell it's CGI, but it's like last week, you could tell the Beatles was CGI. But in this one, it looked like a proper film. I mean, I would be very happy if people who take the piss out of Doctor Who for having shit effects. This is like, I was blown away by how cinematic it felt. Like there was times where the music, the direction, it just felt. I don't know about you, but I felt like I was watching a movie. Oh, Jack's on mute. But
no, I'm here.
yeah, I was saying, I don't know if you felt like the music and the way that it was shot, that the director. Do you think that was cinematic?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. I think this is one of the best looking Doctor Who stories. I think maybe in the whole history of the show. I just thought, it reminded me of something like Gravity or something like the effects, or 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like there wasn't a really obvious like cheap effect in the whole episode. I thought the opening was just so cool, like those two astronauts, and I think she said, "Oh, can we get married or something?" And then like
I want to have
that,
a baby.
yeah. Oh yeah, have a baby. Yeah, that was it. And then that person like grabs her, and then like she's like turned into like one of them. Those kind of zombie things. We find out it's like they're disabling their nervous system,
Mm.
which I thought was really cool. But that opening shot was great, and the rest of the episode was really good. I think Capaldi and Bill. I think Bill was back to her usual self in this story. She wasn't like a bitch like in the last episode.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like for me, I like the way it begins. Like the people floating in space, and you're just like, oh, they're floating because they're on a mission or something, and then it turns out they're dead. And like the way they kind of just float down, that his wife's getting killed, but he can't hear her.
Yeah,
It was
that was quite disturbing. Yeah,
like even the costumes look a lot better. Like since David Tennant was a Doctor, and like this year they've actually changed that, and I'm really glad they have.
yeah. Oh, do you mean the spacesuits that they have?
Yeah, they've used from since David Tennant was a Doctor. Like they pretty much just used the Impossible Planet spacesuits,
Ones here.
which was cool. I didn't mind it when they brought it back from Matt Smith because it's like a nice nod, but not every episode, but with space.
Yeah, I like that as well. I just thought the episode was really tense. I mean, I know, like, I mean, say what you will about Knock Knock, but I think this episode was just it was even better at building the tension, and I just thought the fact that and I thought it was really interesting as well that these spacesuits you had to buy credits for a certain amount of breaths. Like you had like 40 breaths for like a certain amount of credits, and not the
Capital space.
yeah, yeah. And I thought that was a really cool analogy, and I thought the fact that these suits are sort of becoming malfunctioned, and they're kind of taking over the human being, and they're sort of doing what they've been programmed to do, like you find out later. I thought that was great.
Some of the plots were disgusting as well, like the zombie creatures, like the guy who was dead when they first walked in, and he's like standing there and his eyes are bulging out, and then you've got there's like a few zombies with like their eyes really bloated.
Like Philip.
No, Jack, their eyes weren't rolling backwards.
Yeah.
Jamie Matheson's my favourite Doctor Who writer alongside Toby Whithouse. And I mean, like, so far he hasn't delivered a bad episode. I mean, the girl who died was his weakest by sure, like by far.
Yeah.
Episode, I don't think. It was just Shildo was shit, but that wasn't his fault. Stephen Moffat co-wrote that one.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I thought this episode to me, I mean, Knock Knock sort of gave me a classic feel, but in a way, even more gave me a classic feel. It reminded me of Ambassadors of Death, like spacesuits. It reminded me of that. I thought that was really cool, and I just thought.
But in a way, it didn't rip it off like Silence of the Library for Us the Dead did.
I mean, this is the first full episode of Nardole, and I have to say, like, he wasn't as annoying as I thought he was gonna be. This annoying, like, brat who's just making jokes all the time, but he was actually, I thought he was all right. I mean,
I like we're starting to slowly peel away at his character. Like, you get little nods and hints that he's actually quite a dodgy person. Like, he's been involved with like robberies and heists and shit. So you're like, can we actually trust him? Is this just a front? Like, he said a line here that he's changed his face. And it's like, is that like a foreshadowment that he's the master or something?
Or the Watcher, maybe, I don't know. Like, I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're right. I think Matt Lucas is actually quite good in the role now. I mean, at first, you know, I thought, oh god, he's just going to be like an annoying character, and now we have him. I think he's quite good. And that scene at the end, I mean, we'll get to the sort of thing that'll lead into the other episode in a second.
Like, cuddles. No, he says it in a really weird way. Cuddles. It's really creepy.
Yeah. I just thought that bit at the end was like quite good, where he was kind of like shouting at Doctor, once if you don't come back, once if like you said you wouldn't do this anymore. It's like, is Nardole, does he have like control over the Doctor or something? Is he like controlling him some way? Because he's like, oh, once if you don't come back, once at this time, once if there was a time that you actually did die or something like that. He was basically saying, like,
I did like the way he's kind of like the Doctor, not a companion, kind of like he works with the Doctor in a different relationship to Bill. He's kind of like, he's the bossy one, his protector, his servant.
Clara.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like having Clara there, because Clara is a mixture of Bill and Nardole. Because she was like two personalities. She was bossy and feisty and like acted like the Doctor's mum, and on the other hand, she was like his best friend, human traveler companion. So you kind of had that with Bill, and then the mum is Nardole.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I like the way Nardole was like, what if, like, we were so close. Sorry, he was like, we were so close from dying. Like, what the fuck, pretty much. And he was like, look at me. And like when he was on the TARDIS, he's like, oh, I saw through your cunning rouge. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he mentioned the fluid thing. Is it fluid link? Fluid?
Yeah, the Mercury link, fluid link. Yeah, that was a nice callback to the classic series as well. That was cool.
Which again is another hint at the first Doctor.
Yeah, I also thought that
here we've had a hint to the first Doctor.
Yeah, I also thought that I mean, I just thought the episode was really well done. It kind of reminded me it was kind of like you were straight into the action. There was no like long TARDIS scene to the Doctor saying, "Oh, here we are, Bill." I just kind of like they've arrived and they got the spacesuit and like shit's going down, which I thought was great. And I thought the start Bill's suit beginning to malfunction, and it's kind of like, oh, don't worry, it does that, and then you sort of see that
It was very
these.
panicking. Like, I like the fact we had a lecture where the doctor's like, you can tell the doctor's one, he's getting really pissed off of being stuck on Earth because he's like getting distracted. He's talking about space, and two, like he goes through what happens in space if you have your helmet off and you get sucked into the vacuum, and then obviously he says to Bill, "You're about to be exposed to the vacuum of space." Happen, and it's kind of
Hold
that's
your breath because your lungs will explode.
yeah, and you can see Bill's like shit, and like it's just really tense. Like you know Bill's not gonna die, but at the same time you're still like, how the hell are they gonna get out of this? And then after that, once all that's happened, and you're like, oh, well, at least Bill's alright. Then she gets stuck there, and then she gets killed, and you're like, wait, how can she die? And then you think, oh, is it an everybody lives situation? Are they not really dead? And then obviously,
That's what I was thinking. I thought like, oh, is it just going to be that they're all okay? Like that would have pissed me off. I would have been like, oh,
well, it wouldn't really make sense. You've got people with like their eyes hanging out, like everybody lives.
yeah, that would have been dumb. I think we've had enough of these like everybody lives episodes since Moffat's taken over.
I
But
didn't
I thought that
mind the way it was done with Bill though.
I thought the supporting characters were quite good, and I thought it was cool the fact that because these people are well, they're not really functioning the suits are sort of controlling them. I thought it was a cool like moment, like oh they can't get to this section because they don't have the map of it, and then they overhear someone talking about like section 12 or where the doctor is.
Yeah, that was.
And go ahead.
No, I said that was good.
Yeah, I also thought that I thought the human character was good. Like it was kind of even though you didn't know that couple at the start, it was kind of sad when she's like, "I want a baby," and then you can't. He didn't hear her screaming in the spacesuit, and I just thought it was really cool. Like I said, it kind of reminded me of the Ambassador's death. Like these people sort of being controlled because in Ambassador's death, it's the same sort of thing. People being controlled in the suits, and I thought it was really cool as well. Like when Bill, like yeah, I mean, yeah, Bill here was much more back to her sort of old self. Like, because I mean, knock knock, you know, she was kind of a Clara, you know, clone. Here, she's sort of back to her normal self, and I thought it was just a really cool twist. Like when she ran out of credits and she couldn't breathe, like the space suit took off her helmet, and the doctor had to give his. And then like she, because like you see her like she's breathing in space, or she's and she wakes up and she's wearing the helmet, and you see the doctor's blind, and you're like, holy shit, like that's actually quite dark. Like you know, I mean, it's kind of sad as well because like could you imagine if they continued Capaldi's last series and he was
They
just
are.
blind for the rest of the series, not for the next
They are.
episode, but are they doing it for the whole series?
Apparently so.
Oh, I actually, I'm gonna be honest. I actually think that's quite a good idea. Do you or do you like kind of pissed or
No, I'm
mixed on the whole thing?
like, I've heard different things. I've heard that in um, it'd be episode 8, Live the Land. Know the shot of him regenerating. We've seen in the trailer.
Yeah.
Apparently, he regenerates to repair his eyes, but he just holds like. Apparently, he gets his vision back after that. So, like for the Ice Warrior episode and um, the Eaters of Light, he's got his vision back,
Yeah.
holding off regeneration throughout those episodes.
Oh, so he's dying already then?
Yeah, apparently from Live the Land onwards, he's pretty much just counting down. Like, you know how David Tennant managed to hold back his regeneration for a while to say
In the
goodbye.
special.
Yeah, to say goodbye to all his companions. Capaldi's going to do that for 4 episodes.
I think that's actually I think that's quite a cool idea. Instead of him just like aging to death or some shit like time the doctor and getting shot, it's like
He gets shot in episode 8 by Bill.
all right.
Bill shoots.
But I think I think that's still quite a good idea, though. I mean, it's a bit different, but it kind of reminds me of something from. It reminds me of like Tom Baker's last season. Like if you watch The Leisure Hive, he goes into this machine and it really ages him, and he's like older and he comes out with a beard and all. And apparently JNT wanted Tom Baker to stay in the beard and be old like that for the rest of the series, which would have actually been a really good idea, but Tom Baker said no. It kind of reminds me of that kind of reminds me of this little bit, except the Doctor's blind and he's sort of holding off his regeneration. I think that's a cool idea to continue throughout the series because it also makes the episode more impactful. It's not just like, oh, I'm blind and now I've fixed my eyesight, everything's okay, no consequences. It's like it it just makes Doctor Who, I don't know, more. It just feels more like, oh shit, like what the Doctor does.
Brief was to make space scary again because Moffat said he felt like he had kind of made it a safe playground. Like, know how River Song in Time of Angels just flies around in space. Like she just like
Oh yeah.
he was like, we need to make it deadly. And then I think this really helps the fact that it's a doctor who is injured, not Bill. I mean, Bill is tortured in this episode pretty much, but the fact it's a doctor who's like blind, it's like wow. Like,
Yeah.
were you expecting that? Did you know anything about that before you went into this one?
No, I didn't know that he was going to be blind and that it was going to continue on. But I think this sounds a bit silly, a pun, like. But in hindsight, I think it's a good idea. Pun not intended there. Um, well, I don't know. I mean, I thought the episode like itself, just the fact that the Doctor did that for Bill. It also, because some people I think complain Capaldi doesn't feel like the Doctor. It does show that he does care. Like basically, he would give up his own eyesight for Bill just to save her, and I just thought the episode itself was really cool. Like the ending where it turns out Bill, because she's only I mean, it was quite dark when the Doctor said, I'm gonna have to leave you here because the suit, she was stuck in the suit. He's like, I'm gonna have to leave you here, and then like basically you're thinking, oh shit, is the Doctor just gonna let her die? And then she's just, her conscience is disabled, and because she's only like knocked out for like a few minutes, he manages to resurrect her, but the others aren't, like they're dead, and they give them like their oxygen cans because they tell them that they need it.
Her suit battery was low, so it just stunned her. It didn't actually like kill her.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool at the end that it turned out there was other people who conscience were disabled. I thought it was good that it like they didn't do a thing like Moffat or like Knock Knock where it's like, oh, the people managed to live. Like I think, looking at Knock Knock now, that was kind of a downer. It's like everybody lived here. It's like, no, this has consequences. And I just thought the ending of the episode was great, like where, they restore his eyesight, or they think they do, like the color comes back to his eyes, and then Matt Lucas is talking to him, and then he takes off the shades. He's like, "I'm still blind," and that's the end of the episode. And,
I think he was actually like cured.
oh, you think he was?
No, I said, when you first saw it, did you think that he was cured?
Yeah. No, yeah, I did, because like the color went back to his eyes, and thought, oh, wait, he's okay now.
Like,
But
still blind.
did you think the same when you were watching it?
I knew he was going to be blind for the next 3 episodes, so I was expecting it.
Can I ask something? Is this the three-parter episode that we're getting?
Yeah, well, technically, if you count this as part of it, it's 4 parts, but the next 3 episodes are the Monk 3-parter.
All right, that's cool. No, I think that's cool. I didn't know. Like, how did you know he was going to be blind? Did you read something about it?
There's a theory going around because in all the pictures for these episodes, he's wearing glasses.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. So you sort of sussed it out.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I thought that ending was great. Like, I thought like, oh, his eyesight's back, but then turns out it's not. It's like there's still consequences, which I thought was awesome. Is it me as well, or did Bill look like injured at the end, like her face? Like it looked like a vein was still in her face or something like that.
A cut on her face.
All right.
But
Yeah,
to say is you're talking about the crew, the members of the
yeah,
um. I would say the only flaw I have with this episode, and it's tiny, is that they're not that developed. But from what you get from them, they're pretty decent. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's Abby. Her name was. I mean, I remember their names. Abby. I didn't like her until the end, and then like I kind of got why she was so angry at the doctor because she didn't really know what was going on, and she
Yeah.
live, and he was talking as if they were gonna live, but she thought she was gonna die, and I don't know. I really did like the characters. I mean, the blue guy, whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, that blue guy. It kind of pissed me off a bit. Where like there was that one line that annoyed me where like she saw the blue guy and she looked at him. And he was like, "Oh, we got a racist here." It's like, "Oh, come on, really?" It's like she's never seen a alien before. It's not that she's racist. It was kind of like, oh, I didn't like that line.
Because it's just kind of, I actually disagree. I think it was good because it showed that race, because in society, modern society, racism is just it's black or brown people that people are racist. It's like no, people can be racist to anyone of any color. There's there's racism towards white people. There's racism towards Chinese people, Asian people. Like anyone can be a victim of racism. I think that was what they were highlighting. Like
Yeah.
black people can be racist too.
No, no, I get that, but I don't think she.
Funny is it's a nice callback that the blue guy species. Apparently he was human, just a blue human. But if you look, he's got the same contact lens. The blue man, the stewardess from End of the World.
Oh right. Oh,
So they're the same species.
well, why are they blue? Do they say why they're blue humans?
It's like a genetic. Like in the behind the scenes, they said that he is human, but it's just a genetic alter in future humans. Like there's black people, there's white people, now there's blue people.
Well, fair enough.
I thought it was cool that you have the same guy, like same species from series one.
Yeah, that is cool. No, I can understand what you're saying. I was trying to highlight racism, but I don't think she meant to be racist. She just never saw a blue.
She didn't mean.
before. Yeah.
She wasn't being intentionally racist. She was just shocked.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I thought the rest of the episode was good. I thought the characters were all really developed. Like they were kind of pissed off at the doctor because they didn't know who he was. They thought maybe he was behind this, and I thought the characters at the start were good. It was kind of a shame that they never had a kid or like never got together in the end because
And there's that tragic scene at the end where she gives him.
the oxygen bottle.
Yeah. Oh, a thing I wanted to say is this episode is directed by the same director, Charles Palmer.
What did he direct? Sorry, he kind of broke off there.
I was saying his name is Charles Palmer. I think I might have got that wrong, but he directed 10 years ago. He directed Smith and Jones, The Shakespeare Code, Family of Blood, and Human Nature.
Oh, so we got a good director then.
Back after 10 years.
Did Moffat not let him back, or did he just decide to come back?
He only did series 3, and then he stopped, and then obviously he's back. I think he's doing next week.
That's cool. Because it kind of
doing next week. He's doing Eaters of Light.
Oh, that's going to be good then. I'm looking forward to that because Ronan Monroe's right now. Hopefully that's good. No, but I thought the episode was good, and I like the ending where it's like he saves her, and then it's like he manages to convince the company that these people need help and they need the oxygen, so they give them their spare oxygen tanks. And it is sad when she gives, like, even though she's dead technically, her husband the oxygen tank. And yeah, I just thought the ending was great with Matt Lucas.
That reminded me of
What?
You remind me of Under the Lake. No, when the O'Donnell, I think her name was, the one with the scarf. She was like Scottish, and she was killed by the Fisher King, and then the one was like staring at her ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. No, but I mean, I thought, yeah, that was great, and you know, Matt Lucas talking to Capaldi, and then it's like I'm still blind. And from the Next Time trailer, it looks really cool because he's hiding it from Bill, like he's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, apparently this week's episode, in the title sequence, the Doctor's eyes appear.
Yeah,
Apparently, this week's episode, they put Sonic sunglasses on his eyes in the title sequence.
that's cool. I like that. Um,
I mean, I'm hyped for this week episode, Extremis, because we find out what's in the vault this week.
do you think it's Missy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If not Missy, I think it's John Sim. But I would put my money on Missy.
Do you think Missy will still be the master? Or do you think they might reveal her as the Rani or like someone pretending to be the master? Because I would love that just for like Johnson to come back permanently as the master. Because Michelle Gomez is leaving.
I would like them to do that,
It'd be cool.
but I don't think Moffat will do that. But
Yeah.
Jack,
Same.
Missy's in this episode this week. She's also supposed to be in Lie of the Land as well
Yeah.
as Molly. So Missy's going to be possibly in the next 3 episodes. Take a break for 2, and then back. I mean, this series is going really quick.
I mean, him keeping Missy in a vault, it kind of reminds me of like with David Tennant and John Simmers, like, oh, you're just gonna keep me like your pet or something like that. But he
No
never
worries.
does.
What are you going to do? Lock me up?
And it's like, yeah, maybe, and then he gets shot. It also kind of reminds me of like I don't know, Doctor Who, with John Pertwee, like the Sea Devils or something, like where they're keeping him in a castle and he comes there to visit him. Like that would be cool.
I'm kind of glad that Michelle Gomez is leaving with
Yeah.
PTSD. And it's not that I don't like Michelle Gomez or Missy, it's just the fact that we we've we don't really need her to continue. It's
I
like,
think they've run out of uses for her.
well, I don't think it's that. It's just I agree with what she said. Like Capaldi's Doctor, it's part of his era, and I don't really. I kind of agree that like she matches his Doctor just as John Sim matches David Tennant's Doctor, just as John Pertwee matches Roger Del. I don't think it works when you use a master after, like you keep the master on, like the same actor. I just don't think it works.
Yeah, I mean, like it was the same.
Ainley's good, but I don't think I think he should have left with Tom Baker.
I agree with you, although he was just kind of starting them. But I agree. I mean, he works better with Tom Baker than Peter Davison because you see him in the Peter Davison stories, and he's only in one Colin Baker story briefly on screen, and then he's in Survival of McCoy. And yeah, I know what you mean. Like, because it's the same with Pertwee and Delgado. Like, they were gonna send off Delgado into like a big epic story with Pertwee in his final story, and I think yeah, it's the same with John Sim. Like, I couldn't imagine him with any other Doctor. I mean, it's gonna be weird seeing him with Capaldi, but I'm sure it'll be good. Like,
I mean, I don't. It's going to be really weird, but I think I can accept it because it's only like a one-off.
yeah, it's not like he's gonna come back full time.
Although I would love that.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I know what you mean, and I agree with you. I mean, I'm not against Michelle Gomez. I think she's a great actress. I thought she was great in Dark Water. It's just, I agree with you. She's not the master. I mean, she'd be a great Rani or a great sort of dark kind of Romana character or something like that. But
Well,
she's no.
I thought she was Romana.
Yeah, like that would have been better, or the Rani or something like that, or some new kind of
Yeah,
Time Lord.
just new character.
Yeah, that would have been good. Instead, they made it the master, which like. But I mean, I think she's worked well with Capaldi. They definitely have an on-screen chemistry, but she's just not the master to me. And I kind of think it's kind of like Roger Delgado and John Pertwee. Like after the first season with the master, after a few stories, they kind of ran out of uses for the master during his first season. Like you just like you see him in Colony in Space or something like that. He appears halfway through the story. It's like, oh, let's just put him in for the sake of it. I kind of felt that was the same with like Michelle Gomez, like in Dark Water or in Series 9, or Series 10. Yeah, Series 9, which is Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar. There was like no point of her in that story.
I was annoyed they didn't have Missy in the finale of Series 9. Like, it would have made sense for Missy to be in Hellbent because it was like all about Clara and the Doctor being put together, and it's like Missy.
She was in the finale of Series 8. That's why they didn't want to do it.
Well, it's just very stupid that they didn't, but that's my opinion. I mean, what's interesting is Missy's going to be of Series 10, which is this week's episode Extremis, and that's the first time the Master in the new series has been in just a normal episode, not the opener or finale.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I'm glad that she's leaving as well, not because I hate her or anything, but yeah, you couldn't imagine her for a new Doctor. I just hope the next Master's a man and the next Doctor's a man, because I think we need, if we're going to have the Master with the Doctor again, we sort of need that. I mean, I think they should maybe have a break with the Master again. I mean, because we had him with John Sim and, well, technically the Master of Capaldi, but I think we should have more villains. Like, I mean, I think Davros should return more, because I mean, he's only been in the new series twice. He was in Stolen Earth Journey's End, which was great, and then he was in Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, and he was good in that as well. I'd just like to see him one more time with Capaldi or like a new Doctor. I just think that I think underused Davros.
I don't think you're going to get it with Capaldi. I think his time with Davros is done. However, it's possible they could reuse him for Series 11. But I kind of like the fact he's not in it all the time, because imagine if they'd used him in the Matt Smith era, like in Asylum. Like, I'm just thankful for small mercies. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think he will return to Series 11 though, because Chris Chibnall wants completely
well, he's
new
going
monsters.
to have the Cybermen, I reckon. But
Do you think I'll have the Daleks and Cybermen in it?
I reckon he will. I don't think they're going to have a series of Doctor Who about Daleks.
I hope that. Well, I mean, I hope it's just a cameo like Series 9. That would be actually quite cool if we had 2 series in a row without the Daleks. I would just love 2 or 3 or 4 years without the Daleks.
They were in Series 9 a bit.
I know, but it was just like a cameo. Like it was kind of like the Five Doctors when you had the Dalek there for like 2 seconds on screen.
Really, like in Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar in it quite a bit.
Oh, sorry, I meant Series 10, not Series 9. Got confused there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna say, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, this year's been good. I just hope they don't appear. I mean, I reckon they'll be back at Christmas, because I can't see Capaldi. I reckon he's too much of a fanboy not to have the Daleks in his
Not
final.
only that, but it's kind of like Time of the Doctor when they brought the Daleks back for no reason. I just hope they don't. Like,
And I got the first Doctor at Christmas.
Yeah.
David Bradley. They're gonna have like a Dalek appear.
Didn't you say he was going to invent the song Screwdriver in that story, like the first Doctor?
I've heard apparently they're giving him a Sonic.
That's going to annoy me. I mean, it's just, what's the point? Like, it just shows Moffat doesn't give a shit about continuity. I just hope they don't fuck up his regeneration. Like, I don't know, like, touched him and, like, that's why he got ill or something.
Another theory I've heard is that how William Hartnell, as the first Doctor in the 10th Planet,
Yeah.
Clearly quite ill.
Yeah.
Him dying. Apparently, in this Christmas special, just like Capaldi's been holding off the regeneration, William Hartnell's Doctor, the first Doctor, will be injured in the story, and then when he goes back to his time zone, he'll be holding it on at the end of 10th Planet.
That's annoying. That annoys me a bit, because he just says in the 10th Planet this body of mine's wearing a bit thin. But the thing as well is, Clara returning, isn't she returning in the finale?
Well, it's been confirmed that they've booked out the diner, Eddie's Diner, for 2 days.
God, I mean, after Hellbent, after the really bad reception that got, do you think Moffat would just drop that whole idea? And plus, she's doing that TV show now, like Queen Victoria. Why not just stick to that? Like, what's the point coming back to Doctor Who? You're just kind of wrecking your career in some ways. Like, you're making yourself typecast.
It's just because Peter Capaldi wants her back.
If I was Moffat, I would just say no. She's gone. Like, you got Bill. I mean, I think he works so much better with Bill than he does Clara, because Clara was just like my problem with her was she was just a hangover from the Matt Smith era. She worked better for Matt Smith because they were kind of more pally and friends. With Capaldi, it was just she was a bitch because like he was older and he was like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like I'm gonna be honest, I think Clara's maybe the worst companion of all of Doctor Who. Thinking about it,
I agree.
I mean Mel is shit, but I mean at least she wasn't that bad. Like every opportunity Moffat has.
At least Mel had a character. You might not like her character, but at least she had one. I mean, Clara changed on a weekly basis.
Not only that, but it was like it just pissed me off every time, every opportunity Moffat got, he had to insert her into her timeline like she was the most important thing. Like name of the Doctor, she's there for all the doctors when they're in trouble. Listen, you got her like help, like comforting the Doctor in bed. It's like, what next? You're gonna wipe his fucking arse, reading fucking bedtime stories.
I'm your mother.
Or
Clara.
God, if he does, I mean, he could do that. He could like bring her back in the finale and say like, "Oh, the ultimate revelation of all. We find out the Doctor's mother is Clara." I'm just like fucking killed.
In Hellbent, they pretty much confirm the Doctor is half human, and to be honest, I'm okay with that. I kind of think he is half human, but and I'm okay with it. I think it adds to his character. It doesn't really bother me.
I don't mind it, but like, why is he? Because I mean, he retconned that in an earlier series from Matt Smith. Why is he not retconning it anymore? Like,
well, he confirmed it then because Shield is like the hybrid Jew. You're half human. He's like, don't be so stupid. That makes no sense, and he sense, and it. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, but I mean, do you remember he retconned that whole half-human thing in the TV movie in an earlier series? Like, I don't know why Moffat's gone back on that now all of a sudden. I don't know.
The Doctor half human, for the love of God, do not make Clara his mother.
Jesus, no. I think we shouldn't even talk about this because it's going to give him ideas. He's probably going to be like, he might watch this and go, well, that's a great idea. Like, because remember that fan gave him that idea of the Three Masters? Like,
yeah.
It's like, idea thought of by Louis Bean. Sorry, Louis Ben.
Louis Bean? Who the fuck is Louis Bean?
Louis Ben and Jack McCollon. Louis Bean and Jack McCollon.
I've also heard a rumor that apparently there's been a leaked, you're not going to like this, a leaked script and a bit of footage of Michelle Gomez regenerated in the finale into a CGI. You literally, it's like 5 seconds, you just see her change into Roger Delgado, and then it cuts.
Oh, God.
Similar to the...
Where is this? Where is this online?
It's on Gallifrey Base.
Is it fan made or is it real?
Apparently it's leaked.
Jesus. I don't know how it is leaked. Like, how did they get that?
Oh, there's loads of series.
Oh, Jesus. You have to send me the link to that now. God. If that's true, I'm going to be pissed because, yeah, you're right that they didn't state he was the first master, but I'm sorry, she did not come before Roger Delgado for me anyway. I just, like, I don't know. It's gonna be so dumb. I just hope they don't fuck up the first Doctor and the Master. They probably. I'm worried we're gonna get another Death in Heaven / Time of the Doctor / Hellbent kind of finale where he just fucks over every part of the continuity and it's just like, hey, one big fuck you to the fans before I go. He's an absolute cracker for you to fucking pop. Like,
it will be though, because I mean he's got Darcy and Cyberman, and then he's got the Master portrayed by John Sim and Michelle Gomez as Missy. I mean, it's just.
What do you think of the flying Mondasian Cyberman?
Well, that pisses me off. But the fact that they've got flying Russell T Davies here as Cyberman, well, that pisses me off too.
I'm pretty sure they couldn't fly. The whole point was they stomped around. They couldn't fucking fly in that suit.
Why bring Why bring the Matt Smith Cybermen into it? Why bring the Russell T Davies era Cybermen into it? Can't you just have the Mondasian Cybermen?
I want Cyberbreak back and someone to do that parody. Cyberbreak. I would just fucking laugh at that. I mean,
I think that's really the worst thing Moffat ever did.
yeah, making fucking Brigadier into like if I was a family, I'd be like, no, you're not doing that. Like if you were the family, would you be like, absolutely no, or like, would you say like,
I'll be like, no, you can have, you can use the character, but not as a fucking Cyberman.
you can reference him, sure, but not, yeah, God. Yeah, could you imagine he comes back? It's like, hello, Doctor, I'm a Cyberman. Like, hello,
I'm
yeah.
a Cyberman. I am a Dalek.
Oh God, Sarah Jane Smith returns as a Dalek.
Oh, apparently we're getting the Sarah Jane death mention.
Oh God.
I
What
don't.
what is the point of that? It's 6 years later. She's been dead 5, 6 years now.
It's like the whole point of the Sarah Jane Adventures ending was it left it on a high. That the adventures, obviously, like everyone dies, but the way she's like, it just said, and the story goes on forever. It's like it's a nice uplifting beat. You know that Sarah Jane's on Ballerman Road, fighting aliens with her kids, and like her
Yeah.
friends. It's a nice upbeat. You don't have to ruin that. Like,
Yeah, I
you
mean
don't
the
have.
thing.
What other companions? There's been other like Liz Shaw. Do we have to say she's dead now? Ramon
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah. Well, she regenerated, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have to say Romana's dead now?
No, I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, he's fucked up so much classic and New Who continuity. Like that whole like Doctor regeneration stolen Earth. Like you said, Rusty Davis said in the commentary it didn't count. Now technically it does. It's like,
You have
what
the,
bullshit is this?
you have the series 4 DVD now. You can watch it yourself and listen to it.
Yeah, I know. It's just I haven't listened to the commentary yet. I've just been rewatching the episodes, but yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's just it's stupid. I mean, he just thinks that because he's the showrunner, he can fuck over like established things. It just annoys me. I just wish Chris Chibnall would come in and just fucking like retcon everything he's done, apart from like the good episodes. Like it would just be hilarious if it turns out that the Doctor was still in that dream in series five, and then he wakes up, but he has regenerated, or it's like something like he's been in a video game all this time, and like Capaldi has been a video gamer or like something all this time. It turns out Missy was just like made up.
Knowing Waters of Mars,
Yeah,
knowing he's like leaving the base, Bowie Base 1,
yeah,
and he's like thinking of everything. Maybe it's just like he was in deep thought the whole time, and it just pans out and he's back as David Tennant on Mars. Like, shit.
yeah. Although that would piss off fans. It would piss me off a bit, but I mean, I wish I wish he could use one of his own shitty devices. Like it turns out, Michelle Gomez is a master. It was somebody inside a Tesselector all the time. Like it was a master, like a male master inside a Tesselector all the time. You know,
Sim.
yeah, John Sim. Yeah, that would be funny.
Hence the wackiness.
Yeah, and also she pretended to be an android in Dark Water, so it would make sense. Like, oh, she was pretending to be an android, but she actually was. Like, I would do that. No, I mean, I don't. I'm actually, funnily enough, you said that I got the specials recently. My brother bought the specials in DVD, so now I've got all the Tennant stuff
You've
on
got
DVD.
golden era of New Who.
Yeah, everything after that, apart from Series 10 so far, which is pretty good, in Series 8, apart from the finale, and some of Series 9. But
I
yeah,
mean, Series 8 for me was brilliant. Bar finale and listen.
yeah,
The
yeah,
series plasticish. Like it was good, but meh. Like on hindsight, as good as I thought it was. And then Series 10 so far has been like Series 8 Part 2.
yeah. I think it might be Capaldi's best series so far, judging from the episodes. I mean, the next one we got the Vatican Bank or something like that. That looks interesting. Like, what's that about? Is it like, why the Vatican in it? Like,
Basically,
the,
Pope calls for help because in the Vatican or whatever it's called, well, if anyone reads a book, they kill themselves. So the Doctor has to stop it. And the truth monks are trying to take over the earth.
Do you think it sounds good?
I think it sounds cool, and then Missy's in it somehow.
Right. No. Um, I mean, I think actually so far, like, Apollo year has been surprisingly good. I mean, yeah, Series 9 was a letdown, but Series 8 was good apart from, yeah, you're right, Listen and the finale, which just weren't very good. I mean, I like Dark Water till the Missy reveal, but Death in Heaven was so bad, and Listen and just, not very good. Series 9, I thought, was pretty good until you got to the finale. Some of the other episodes in there weren't great. There were some episodes that were just a bit meh. And then Series 10, I agree, it's like a real stinker for me. But I think as it goes, you're right. I mean, Series 1 to 4, I think are the best to me.
I agree. I don't think there's much else to say, really. We're going to be doing our Extremis review reaction, our first thoughts, so please check that out.
Also, I have to say, I'm going to go out on a limb, but I think Oxygen's maybe my favourite series so far. It's overtaken Knock Knock.
Yeah, I would. It's up there for me. I'm not sure if it's as good as Smile yet. At the same time, I don't think I've ever been like this. This drawn into an episode. I mean, it was pretty tense. I really did enjoy Oxygen. I don't know, it's as good as Smile. We'll have to see. Jack is here. Jack.
I'm here.
I don't know if it's as good as Smile, but I did really enjoy this one. I mean, if I had to rank,
I preferred it to Smile just simply because I thought the idea was cooler and I thought the execution was really good. But I'm not saying Smile's bad. I think maybe this.
I would say for
one of my favorites.
I would say Smile is a better idea, but Oxygen is a better execution.
Yeah.
But so far,
yeah, well, Smile's more original. Yeah.
I would say so far, Oxygen and Smile are up there for me. Then Thin Ice. Then the Pilots for me is the weakest. I just.
What, Knock Knock's the weakest or something else?
Knock Knock's the weakest for me.
Fair enough. No, but would you say there's been a real stinker so far, or do you think they've all been pretty good, or?
Probably Knock Knock, but I don't think it's like terrible.
Yeah.
Knock Knock are pretty weak, but they're character pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hate them. But
should we wrap up?
Wrap this fucking shit up.
I'll probably give this episode. I gave Knock Knock a 9. I might bump that down to 8 and give this. I really don't have any flaws. I might just give it a 10. This is the first 10 I've given so far this season.
Wow. If you want to see my rating for Oxygen, you're going to have to watch my review, which will be up soon. Check out my others. Check out Whose Opinions. Check out Jack McCulloch's channel. Any final words before this is over?
Yeah. Extremis looks cool. It's a cool name. It sounds very like classic. Like sounds like Terminus.
Terminus. So join us for Whose Opinion 35 Extremis reactions. Take care. Bye for now.